Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Ferragamo's Forecast. I'm Michael Ferragamo. We have some interesting things to cover today, including one of the most intense tropical cyclones ever recorded on Earth. So definitely stick around for that. But first, let's have a look outside at our live camera towards Boston. Cloudy skies, gloomy, and very raw to kick off this Wednesday. Looking at the live data, upper 30s, so definitely a chill in the air, north-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. Just enough to make it feel a little more chilly. But as you notice, the humidity is at 90%. And if you look at the last rainfall, that's November 19th, pretty much this morning at 8:54. So that's why it's humid. We're on the back end of this rain system, and that did deliver us some humidity with 89%. Looking at the 7-day forecast now, as you can see, Thursday, the whole week pretty much is near seasonable. Average temperature is in the low 50s, right around 50 degrees. So tomorrow, Thursday, mostly sunny, 48 degrees. Friday, nighttime showers, 60% chance of those. Mid-50s is a little warmer on Friday, but then Saturday, right back into the low 40s. Same with Sunday. Could be looking at some morning showers on Sunday, so we'll give that 80%. Monday, Tuesday, sunshine comes back. Seasonable temps, upper 40s to near 50, especially on Tuesday, near 50 then. And Wednesday, rain returns to our region with 70% chance and near 50 degrees. All right, Super Typhoon Haiyan, just an absolute monster. Here's the most powerful storm, one of the most powerful storms ever recorded. 195 mile an hour winds with this one. The tropical cyclones don't get much stronger than this. I mean, just look at this eye. You can see right around the eye here. There's just right around there. You can see see some strong thunderstorms indicated in the bright white shading there. It's just a solid ring, which indicates a very strong storm. I did some research actually on this storm, and I found out that the amount of power in this storm can actually power the whole United States for 2.5 weeks. Just picture that for a second. It can power the whole United States, 330 million people, for 2.5 weeks. That's just incredible. You can't put that into words. It's just incredible. Here's an overview of Haiyan. So November 13th to November 11th, 2013, so about 5 years ago, Haiyan is tied with Typhoon Haiyan for being the strongest landfalling storm ever observed. So that is definitely a record for the books. Typhoon Haiyan is the deadliest Philippine typhoon on record, killing at least 6,300 people. In January 2014, nearly 2 months later, bodies were still being found, which really shows just the absolute devastation the storm caused. And then with 1 minute sustained winds of over 195 miles per hour, Super Typhoon Haiyan was the windiest tropical cyclone on record until surpassed only 2 years later by Hurricane Patricia. So still windy nonetheless, definitely 195 miles an hour. That is insane. So before Haiyan struck, they actually issued warnings, thank God, which saved many people, believe it or not. But Signal 1 is areas expecting tropical storm force winds from Haiyan. Signal 2 is near hurricane force. Signal 3 is borderline hurricane, major hurricane, so about winds near 110 miles per hour. And then Signal 4 is major hurricane conditions expected. And you can see kind of right here how Haiyan kind of just went through the Philippines there in the maroon color. And that's pretty much where the center made landfall, then moved inland. So that is kind of interesting to see on this map. So let's take a look at some of the Haiyan damage from Haiyan. This is just unbelievable. I'll step out of the way so you can see this. Just cars overturned, just buildings everywhere. This is what happens when a Category 5 super typhoon with 195 mile per hour winds makes landfall. This is just devastating when it hits you head on. Damage really doesn't get worse than this. I mean, just look at this. Cars, houses. You can even see the tree debarked there. That's just incredible. So Super Typhoon Haiyan versus Hurricane Katrina. Who would win this fight? Well, Haiyan would, but there are some stats here that Katrina comes pretty close, we'll say that. Haiyan had winds of 195 miles per hour, and Katrina had winds of 175, so Haiyan would win that category. Haiyan would also win the people killed with 6,300 people. Katrina comes close, I mean, relatively speaking, 1,800. So still a hefty amount. And Katrina wins the damage toll too with $125 billion caused, while Haiyan only caused just about 3 billion. I only say 3 billion relatively speaking. And finally, Haiyan in general is stronger than Katrina with a pressure of 895 millibars, and Katrina's 902 millibars. So Haiyan is stronger. Remember, lower the pressure, stronger the storm in general. And that about does it for this week's Ferragamo forecast. Stay tuned for more future episodes. And again, if you need to contact me for any reason, you can find me on Instagram or on Snapchat. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.